Third time in 4 postseasons, Florida State and LSU have met in the Super Regionals. Both times the Game 1 winner has been the series loser. It was Florida State with a Game 1 win yesterday, and LSU with a Game 2 lead tonight with 3 outs to get. Seminoles get 2. They're going to the World Series. Seminoles get 1. We're going to the 8th. Seminoles get none, and we're going to Game 3. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 against Ali Kilponen. Devin Flaherty to start it. UCLA Virginia Tech Game 2 coming up. All 8 Super Regionals in action, maybe for the only time. Kilponen and Flaherty. Here we go. First pitch swinging, and Flaherty fouls it away.
You know, Kevin, it's so hard to play on the road in Super Regionals, and it's why you work extremely hard as a team to grab one of those top 8 seeds, because you know that you'll be able to host regionals and supers if you make it there. And it all goes back to that tough schedule that LSU put together. Going into Selection Sunday, Coach Torina had no idea if they were going to be able to grab a top 8 seed, but they did. They got the 7 because of that #1 strength of schedule that they played. Even though they had 20 losses, they're still able to host supers, and it's going to pay off, looks like.
Double the amount of Florida State's losses, but Florida State took a couple of losses late in ACC play, not the same caliber of schedule. LSU the host site, though Florida State the home team in Game 2. 2-1. 2-2 for Devin Flaherty.
And there's still a chance for Florida State. No doubt you still have 3 outs, and anything can happen in the postseason, but you just live for this home field advantage with all of these fans fighting for you and being on your side and wearing your same colors.
Flaherty, a ground ball that sneaks over Kilponen's mitt. And the Seminoles have a leadoff hitter on. A single from Flaherty in the 7th. And Florida State will bring the game-winning run to the plate with no one out. Flaherty saw 20 pitches in her 3 at-bats tonight in a hitter's count all 3 times, and finally delivers. Danny Morgan now, another first pitch swing and another first pitch foul ball. Morgan historically has some home run power. 2 years ago hit 14. This year only 2. Came in the same game at Syracuse on April 18th. And for some folks wondering, with their brand of small ball, why isn't Florida State bunting? You look at who's coming up. Shellnut 8, Muffley 9 have been struggling a little bit comparably. So Lonnie Alameda is going to let Danny Morgan, her 5th-year senior, swing away. A ground ball to short. Pleasance, oh, couldn't get it out of her glove. LSU turned 2 to end the 6th. They turn none here, and it's 1st and 2nd, nobody out.
I thought this was going to be a tailor-made double play. Taylor Pleasance at shortstop, Taylor Tidwell at 2nd. And she just hesitated because Taylor Tidwell wasn't there. It wasn't that she couldn't get it out of her glove. Taylor Tidwell was late to getting to the bag because of the hustle by Devin Flaherty, who has wheels to be able to get to second base. That was speed that caused that decision.
A fielder's choice, no error, but certainly an errant moment between the middle infielders, Pleasance and Tidwell.
And it's such a good job, too, by Danny Morgan to find a way to put the ball on the ground and not put the ball in the air where you can't have a productive out. You can't put pressure on the defense. Flaherty, so much hustle on that play to be able to beat out that force at 2.
All right, now you have the 9 spot coming up in Muffley. Shellnut, the 8 hitter. Do you bunt?
I would say no.
Lonnie Alameda says yes. Shelnut lays it down. Fair ball. Throw is in time to first. Cummins decided to pick it and got rid of it just in time. But Florida State moves the game-winning runs into scoring position with 1 out.
She's tough to bunt against, Kilponen, because she lives with upspin up in the zone, which causes a lot of balls to pop up. And the way that Shelnut was able to move around, getting hit by that ball in the air, was so important in this game. She was able to officially advance the runners extra 60 feet.
The number 9 hitter, Josie Muffley, will bat. Second and third, 1 out. Off the glove of Cummins. Here comes Flaherty. We're tied. Oh, my. And now Florida State is 60 feet away from winning it.
Flaherty gets such a good jump, immediately seeing it off of Cummins' glove, and is able to, again, get her speed to advance and score.
Her first pass ball of the year. One and 0 to Muffley. Muffley lays down a squeeze bunt. Play at the plate. Out! Gutierrez on time to Cummins to keep LSU's season alive.
This is exactly how Florida State has been trying to manufacture runs all year without their power. Muffley up to bat, it's a squeeze. Morgan was going on the pitch, Muffley laid it down, but look at that toss by Gutierrez. She just got rid of it. It wasn't textbook, it wasn't mechanical. All she had to do was get rid of the ball with Cummins with the tag. And that's a situation that could have gone really bad for LSU after the pass ball. Everybody could have been tight and not prepared, and they're able to come through with the out. The question is, was there obstruction? I think actually it was clear there. Fantastic play by the LSU defense.
Yeah, I think Cummins is just playing the ball there. Lonnie Alameda asked Alex Leap about it. The umpires don't huddle together, so the call will stand. Kaylee Mudge now. You know what? This softball game deserves another inning. At least. Florida State ties it. LSU escapes the 7th. Let's play 8.
I think the question is going to be, Kevin, if that indeed was obstruction. I think that it's going to be the talk probably with the way that that has been called the entire year, but the call goes LSU's way, and they are able to keep Florida State from the game-winning run and stopping the squeeze.
Now, my thought was good call. Our Jen Schroeder back in the studio, catching expert, she's saying she thinks it was obstruction. Worth revisiting the rule. Ball 1 to Sierra Briggs. If a defensive player impedes the progress of any runner legally running bases on a live ball, it can be intentional or unintentional. If a defensive player is blocking the whole base or base path without the ball, and the runner does not have a clear path to the base. So that's the rule. And again, you be the judge. Let's look at this one more time.
Checking out Morgan Cummins' face. See, I don't think that's obstruction. I don't think she has the ball and then she goes down to block.
I mean, I guess the argument would be if she doesn't give her a clear path because she plants the left foot there. Briggs pops it up. Muffley and Sherrill there. Muffley will make the call and the catch.
I will say my biggest takeaway from that entire inning is the fact that LSU did not look good on defense with the miscommunication at second and then the pass ball. They easily could have let that squeeze eat them up, but the way that Gutierrez was able to read the hands, read the bunt, and make a shovel pass to Cummins was just such a good play.
And Gutierrez, who did not start the game at first, has had a couple of brilliant moments at the base.
Yeah.
Started the game in right, came into play first, was inserted out of the game defensively, then came back into play first. And she's made, on a stretch and a double play and on the flip there, two of the biggest defensive plays of LSU's season. Taylor Pleasant's 2 for 3.
You see, too, how important it is to be home in this game. Florida State had not only the opportunity to tie it, but the opportunity to win the game because they're the home team, even though they're on the road.
Going to be 2, 3, and 4 for Florida State in the bottom of this inning, but it is the 3 and 4 hitters right now for LSU. Pleasant with a ringing double in the first. LSU's home run leader in a 2-0 count. And drives one the other way, Mudge at the wall. LSU has the lead.
Taylor Pleasant crowds the plate so that she can look for that outside pitch because that's where almost every pitcher is going to try to throw her. It was even a little bit off the plate, and she got enough of it. She barreled up enough of it to barely send it over the left field wall. And finally, a hitter steps up on a 2-0 count and makes a pitcher pay.
Amanda Doyle sends it just foul. The 13th home run of Taylor Pleasant's second season at LSU. A first-team All-SEC pick. Alex Sleep chatting with one of the LSU coaches. And play will go on with an 0-1 count. Cheryl and Muffley there again, and this is Cheryl's ball.
Major props to LSU and Pleasance for answering back, too. I mean, you could just be shaken up a little bit, especially after that miscue on defense by Taylor Pleasance. And then, of course, isn't that how it always works out? Of course, she has a bat in her hand whenever offense comes up for LSU, and she's able to get that big swing.
And if this score holds, the folks in Tallahassee are going to be thinking about that play at the plate in the bottom of the 7th, whether it was obstruction or not. Never want the game to be decided or not decided on a call or a non-call by an umpire, but right now, one way or another, it's a major part of the story. Strike one to Clark. She drove in the first 2 with a home run back in the 4th. Thinking about these LSU seniors, notably Amanda Doyle and Aaliyah Andrews, who were probably feeling pretty hopeless in the field on that play in the plate, knowing that their careers might have been over on a squeeze bunt. Watson, strutting her way to the dugout, thought she had strike 3 and did not in the estimation of Alex Leap.
Looks close. We're a little bit at an angle here, but I would have wanted it.
to right from Clark. Harding on the run. Over her glove. Kaylee plays it well off the wall, though. And she'll hold Clark to a 2-out single.
Pleasance and Clark have stepped up so big in this game to be able to spark and ignite the offense for LSU. Multiple hits for Clark, multiple hits for Pleasance, both of them having home runs in this game. Clark is able to stay on a curveball and just drive it the opposite way. You can tell she's seeing the ball so big right now. Good job by FSU to quickly get the ball in and keep her at first.
And Lonnie Alameda brings her infield and her pitcher together.
Combined, Pleasance and Clark are 6 for 8 in this game with 2 home runs.
6 of LSU's 8 hits from those 2. The winner of this Super Regional against the winner of Virginia Tech and UCLA, which is just a few minutes from first pitch. That game obviously does not look like it's going to start here on ESPN2. Going to start somewhere. Raylene Gutierrez, who is maybe the defensive hero of the game right now with the field and flip on the Muffley squeeze bunt. A chance to add to the lead at the plate. Gutierrez right back to Watson. Look what I found. It'll be Cheryl, Harding, and Mason for Florida State, which is down a run because of this swing from Taylor Pleasance.
They answer back. Taylor Pleasance answers back with a big punch. We're in extras, elimination game for LSU. This is so fun.
A lot more exciting softball to come tonight, Chris. Looking forward to that one. We'll see if this game ends in 8. LSU's got the lead 3-2. Bottom of the 7th. Let's go back to it. This is a play that could have won Florida State the game. A squeeze bunt from Josie Muffley. The question, was there obstruction from the catcher Cummins?
Well, and right there you can see that the back of the base is opened up for even before Cummins gets the ball, to where I think that was a good no call, that they didn't call obstruction. She wasn't blocking the entire base. She got the ball and then blocked it after she received the ball.
Sydney Sherrill starts the bottom of the 8th with a fly out to center. And what a monumental out that is to get Sherrill, who is so good and even better leading off innings. One pitch fly out for Allie Kilponen. You know, there are some folks that are reasonably going to say that by the way the rule is written, that's obstruction. Personally, I'm glad the game didn't end on that. Maybe we need to change the wording of the rule. But we move on now. You're seeing it in a different way if you're wearing garnet and gold or purple and gold. And if you're wearing purple and gold, you're 1 out away from game 3 as Harding pops out. Allie Kilponen 1 out away. Elizabeth Mason takes strike 1. Mason drove in Florida State's first run in the 6th. One and one.
I think too, this is still a time that you don't feel comfortable if you're LSU, knowing that Elizabeth Mason is a player for FSU that has just stepped up so big in the postseason. And at any time, Kevin, I mean, they're just 1 run down, and a player like Mason or Davis, who's on deck, if Mason were to reach with 1 swing, could tie up the game.
Clark back in the game at first, by the way. Gutierrez back into right. Pitch number 120 coming. Kilponen to Mason. And a fly ball hit out to left. Back at the wall. This game is tied. Down to their final out. The Seminoles strike with Elizabeth Mason. her 30th career home run, and maybe none bigger.
I told you, this is why you cannot feel comfortable against this team. Down to 1 out. And Elizabeth Mason knew it off the bat. This swing ties up the game. What an unbelievable moment in the 2021 Super Regional and for this FSU team.
Now Cassidy Davis, who can win it. The third meeting in 4 postseasons between LSU and Florida State, and somehow they just keep topping themselves. Swing and a miss, strike one to Davis.
Are you sure it tops the 2018 one that you called, though? I don't know.
Close. The 13th home run allowed by Kilponen in 140 innings this year. 1-2 for Davis.
Well, I guess here's that offense that we were lacking before, just saving it all until the end.
It's a slow play. Just sandbagging us for 54 games. One and two for Davis. And that's right there for strike three. The ball dropped. Cummins waited a long time there and finally threw out Cassidy Davis. This game is so good it deserved an 8th inning, and it's so good it deserves a 9th. Elizabeth Mason, in the twilight of game 2, sends this to the 9th. Elizabeth Mason has played now 201 games at Florida State. A whole lot of those have been in the postseason. She was big on the run to the 2018 championship, and this home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th has taken this game into inning number 9.
Allie Kilponen was throwing to her strength, up and in to a right-handed hitter, to Mason, and Mason said, not this time. And what I love is that both the home runs by Pleasance and by Mason have been on hitters' counts, finally hitters coming through.
The first 20 half innings of this Super Regional brought home 1 run. The next 10 have compelled 6, which I know to fans of Arizona and Arkansas might not seem like a lot, but to us this is a veritable feast, a cornucopia of offense late in the game. LSU needing to win to keep their season alive. Florida State 1 win from the World Series. We're going to the 9th. That's Amanda. I'm Kevin. Jalen Johnson is with us. I mean, I hope you're having fun, folks. If you're rooting for one team in this game, you've probably sweated through a couple of shirts by now. But if, like us, you have no vested interest, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Danielle Watson to Shelby Sinceri. LSU's 7-hitter, and a pitch over the glove of Shelnut to start in the 9th. Sinceri with a single back in the 2nd. Line out, ground out since. Another hitter with some pop. If you're just joining us, if you're just checking into the softball world, there is no bonus runner in extra innings. Nobody starts at second. No gimmicks. You play on. Last time these teams went into extras in the postseason 3 years ago, game 2. Florida State needed to win to keep their season alive. They won 8-5 and 11. Jesse Warren had a big home run. Florida State would win the series, and then they'd win the World Series championship. Trying to get back to the World Series with a win tonight. LSU trying to force game 3 tomorrow. 4-pitch walk to Sinceri, and LSU will put the lead runner aboard in the 9th.
Shelby Sinceri been so good The high on base percentage, 32 walks now on the season, which leads the team. Finding a way to get on base, exactly what she needed to do in this situation.
LSU's first walk of the game. Sinceri was once removed for a pinch runner way back in the second, so she cannot exit the game again without exiting for good. So she will run for herself. Batter is Cummins, who blasts one foul. Morgan Cummins trying to atone for that key passed ball in the bottom of the seventh. She did block the plate and get the runner Morgan at home on the squeeze bunt for Muffley. We have heard from some clued in folks who say that is not obstruction. It's a call that again looms large over this game. And at this point, we're one inning further away from remembering it. But if LSU wins, some people may remember it. 2-1 for Cummins.
Yeah, it seems like Danielle Watson is just pitching a little bit tight all of a sudden here in the top of the ninth.
An intra-conference transfer from Louisville. Has not been on a big stage like this before, quite like this in Florida State colors. She gets Cummins to pop up. Mason underneath it for the first out of the ninth inning.
The tough part, too, about walking Shelby Sinceri to lead off this inning is that you want to go into this inning and think, all right, have to face 7, 8, 9. But now you have the potential to face a leadoff of Andrews in this inning.
Well, unless you get a double play, Aaliyah Andrews is going to get her chance. Florida State does turn a lot of double plays, but if you don't, that's who's next. Tidwell 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, reached on an error, takes ball 1. What are you seeing right now from Watson?
Just some wildness. Don't think that she's trusting her stuff at all. You're seeing Anna Shellnut have to work really hard back behind the plate and be really reactive right now because she's just not hitting her spots. Even in that, it looked like Shellnut set up on the outside corner. That pitch bled back over and caught the inside corner.
Yeah, the glove is moving a lot more than it was early behind the plate. Great framer, Anna Shellnut. Started every game but one this season at catcher for Florida State. Got the target there for an outside corner strike.
Definitely such a difference in that pitch versus almost any other pitch that she's thrown in this inning.
Watson wants Slani Alameda to go through the signs again. Has one she likes. And a 1-2 just misses. 2-2 for the 9-hitter Tidwell with Andrews looming. What are you thinking here if you're Florida State? Where do you go 2-2?
Try the off-speed rise ball that she can throw. It just doesn't seem like her ball is moving a whole lot, and I don't think she's just trusting it. A little tight, throwing through her spin a bit. You can see it on Florida State's faces a little bit here at the end of the game, and even though they've been able to tie it back up and move to extra innings, you've just seen it on some of their faces of just kind of worry, concern, playing not to lose instead of playing to win.
Let's check in with Chris while we have a minute.
Hey, Kevin, if you're looking for the start of Game 2 between UCLA and Virginia Tech, you can see that one over on ESPN News right now. It is scoreless in the bottom of the first. As soon as your game is over in Baton Rouge, that will move over to ESPN 2.
Thank you, Chris. Here's a pop-up from Tidwell, and Mason is there in foul ground. So Watson is 1 out away from escaping the inning after a leadoff walk. Going to be Aaliyah Andrews standing in her way. There is a possibility that this 269th game of Aaliyah Andrews' career is her last. If LSU does not win, it will be a career that you just don't want to see end. Was selected in the Athletes Unlimited Draft Pro Softball League. So hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of Aaliyah in our lives on a softball diamond. She's trying to extend her college career at least one more night. A player that Beth Torina calls kind of a superhero to all of us. Think about Beth Torina's time at LSU. 10 years, 9 of them have seen an Andrews in the outfield. AJ, who's doing some work for us this postseason, SEC Network, and Aaliyah. One of the great careers ever at this program. And those ranks do not include superhero catches, a category in which she's certainly either 1 or 2 with her sister AJ.
I think we should start tracking that.
You think so? How would you define that?
Superhero, yeah, superhero. Yeah, I like it.
I see you were going to go back to the DC reference there for a second. Andrews to short. Muffley to second. Will go to the bottom of the 9th. Flaherty will lead it off much the way she did in the 7th. 1 run to win for Florida State. Florida State needs 1 run to win and advance to the World Series again. 3-3 Seminoles and LSU. And for what's going on the field right now, a report from field level. Let's check in with Jalen. What are you hearing down there?
I am hearing a lot of talk, be communicative, coming from the LSU dugout, trying to get rid of any jitters that they might have and totally forget about any defensive errors they made a couple innings ago. They want to make sure that they're being very communicative out in the field and talking to one another and uplifting each other.
Do you sense that from what we're seeing up here, Amanda?
Yeah, and I think that, too, when you think about how loud this stadium is, communication is just at a premium. To be loud, to make eye contact, to have each other's backs. Got to play strong D here.
Allie Kilponen, a career-high 8 innings pitch for her. She'll start the 9th with Devin Flaherty, who's now seen 21 pitches in 3 trips. Florida State was down a run in the 7th. Flaherty started the rally with a single, came around to score on a passed ball. Still getting swings and misses. 126 pitches deep. 11 off a season high for Allie Kilponen. On Sunday, she started both games to end the regionals and threw a combined 202. Flaherty, a bouncing ball, picked by Clark at first.
It's a big out. Florida State's been good whenever they've gotten their leadoff on, and especially with the speed that Devin Flaherty has.
Win or lose, this has been another absolutely gutty effort by Allie Kilponen, who has grown so much in her LSU career. Came to Baton Rouge from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. She told us this week her first individual workout was at 12 noon at the height of the sun. She said, I was sweating so much, I thought there's no way I can do this for 4 years. Now, she says, I can't get used to the cold. Baton Rouge is home, and that circle at Tiger Park has become her home within her new home.
Well, and you mentioned how far she's come and how much she's grown, and she told us, I had to change everything when I came here. But she was willing to put in the work. She was willing to be coachable, to learn, and look at where it's gotten her.
An off-speed pitch taken into center by Morgan. And the winning run is aboard with 1 out in the 9th for Florida State.
Just another veteran at bat. Danny Morgan has been 0 for 3 in this game. Before her last at bat, she's able to sit back on a changeup with 2 strikes and drive it right back up the middle. We're seeing the experience that this Florida State team has step up when they need them the most.
Here's Anna Shelnut, who also has plenty of that experience. Couple of big walk-off hits in her career. Earlier this year, we saw Anna lay down a walk-off squeeze bunt to sweep Duke in the regular season. 3 years ago, earned the moniker Postseason Anna when her walk-off home run in the ACC championship game gave Florida State the title over Pitt. 0-2 for Shelnut. Allie Kilponen now just 3 pitches shy of a season high. Another 0-2. Ball 1. Florida State, again, the home team in game 2 because the home and away teams switch every game. The Seminoles with a run to win it in Baton Rouge and get to the World Series. On 1-2, another pop-up foul. Shelby Sinceri, who started yesterday, is throwing in the LSU bullpen.
If you get deeper and deeper into this game, and you've got to have her ready, just not knowing how many innings we might play. But you mentioned the gutsy performance by Kilponen. I just think that's probably the best word for it. It's not easy to play your back against a wall, a must-win situation for LSU, and she just had such a quality start.
This next pitch will set a season high, and it is taken low for ball 3. So Shelnut has worked her way from an 0-2 count with a couple of 2-strike foul balls to seeing an 8 pitch. Morgan the winning run at first, and a ground ball yanked foul. .203rd start, 224th game in the career of Anna Shelnut out of Franklin, Georgia. And ball 4 to Shelnut will move the winning run to second. What a plate appearance for Anna Shelnut. Perhaps one of the most memorable of her Florida State career as it pushes the Seminoles 1 base closer to the World Series.
Veteran at bat, she looked calm, fouled off 5 different pitches within that at bat.
And Florida State is going to pinch hit for Josie Muffley. Kiersten Landers will bat. A third-year freshman, redshirted her first year. .358 in 24 games last year. And Landers was banged up a couple of weeks ago against Syracuse and dropped out of the lineup. She had been the leadoff hitter for much of the second half of this season. A third-year freshman batting. A couple of fifth-year seniors on base. And strike one to start Landers. Florida State just 1 for 14 in the game with runners on base. Landers in her first at-bat of the Super Regionals takes a close ball one.
Kevin, you can't help but think about how Florida State has just fought back in this game. They were down 2-0, but they've scored in each of the last three frames.
A run in the 6th inning. Mason singled in Sherrill, who had walked. Florida State's only hit with a runner in scoring position tonight or in the series. A run in the 7th inning on a pass ball. And a 2-out home run for Mason in the 8th to send the game into the 9th. 1-2. Landers takes ball 2.
Such a tough take, but that pitch just hasn't been called all night to both lefties and righties. Landers clearly paying attention to the game, doing her homework, knowing what to expect and what the zone is like when she enters the game.
A line drive fair inside the bag of third. Morgan's coming home, and Florida State is going to the World Series. Kiersten Landers delivers off the bench, and the Seminoles sweep their way to Oklahoma City.
Let's congratulate Florida State as they will move on to Oklahoma City and play the Women's World Series.
A simply unforgettable night of softball.
There was so much fight out of FSU in this game, but also out of Kilponen in the circle. That pitch is off the plate, and Landers is able to lean her body to get her barrel on it and just barely keep it fair down the third base line and then get to celebrate with her teammates. It was so close, and it just sneaks past Doyle, who's playing third base. Barely fair ball. And Danny Morgan, who has wheels, is going to be able to score. Again, the veterans were able to step up for Florida State. They fought, they stayed composed, and they were able to get to Kilponen late in the game.
Taryn Antoine, one of LSU's seniors. Aaliyah Andrews, Amanda Doyle, Akia Times, Maribeth Gorsuch, an incredible senior class. But Florida State punches the first ticket to Oklahoma City. What a game, what a night from Baton Rouge.